Welcome back, students. The next concept of the nuclear physics is Geiger-Nuttall law. So Geiger was a physics professor and Nuttall was his students. So both together found what is the relation between decay constant and range of the alpha particle. So by studying the relation between decay constant of different series of radioactive elements and the range of an alpha particle, they gave a statement. So now we'll study what it states. For an alpha particle emitting radioactive source, so consider a radioactive source that is going to emit the alpha particle. So as you already know, so alpha particle, when it travels through any gas medium, then it moves up to the particular distance, and that we call as range of an alpha particle. So for an alpha particle emitting radioactive source, the logarithmic of decay constant means log of lambda, and the logarithmic of range of an alpha particle in air medium. So logarithmic of lambda and log of lambda and logarithmic of range of an alpha particle, that too in air medium, these two are having linear relationship. Linear means they are having the, if you plot the graph of this log lambda versus log r, you are having a straight line. So that's why this is called as linear relationship. So once again I will repeat. For an alpha particle emitting radioactive source, so radioactive source is going to emit the alpha particle. So for that, this logarithmic of decay constant, so log of this lambda and log of range of an alpha particle in the air medium, if you plot the graph, then so we are having the linear relationship, that is linear graph we are going to get, and that too for different series, those different straight lines we are going to get. So for the uranium series, means the number of isotopes are there in the uranium series. So if we study the decay constant and range for this uranium series, means number of isotopes that is with the uranium, then if you plot the graph, means this straight line we are going to get. Next, for the thorium series, if you plot the graph of this log lambda versus log r, then again straight line we are going to get. Then the same thing with the actinium series, log lambda versus log r for the actinium series, that is also the straight line. So all these series are having the same slope because these are the linear graphs. So the slope for all the series will be same, but what the thing is going to change is intercept is going to change. So they are having the different intercept. So now how to write the equation for this means, so these are the straight lines, so we can write the equation of straight line as you are having log lambda in the y axis and log r in the x axis, and the intercept is different. So from the basic expression for the equation of slope, what we can write is y is equal to mx plus c. So where y is what we have taken along y axis, and this x is the term that we have taken along the x axis, m is the slope, and this c is the intercept. If we apply the same formula for the above graph, so what we are going to get is, along the y-axis we have considered logarithmic of the decay constant, that is equal to, so here intercept I will take as a plus slope, m is slope, that I will consider as b, into the term that we have taken along the x-axis, that is log of logarithmic of range of alpha particle in air. So this is what the statement of Geiger-Nuttall law. So here, as the decay constant increases, then the range of the alpha particle is going to increase, means these two are having the linear relationship. So for all the series the slope remains the same, but what is going to change is the intercept is going to change. So what is the conclusion is, if the decay constant is more, if lambda is more, means they are called as short-lived nucleus. Short-lived nucleus, because it is going to disintegrate very fast. So if it is going to disintegrate very fast, means the alpha particle will be emitted out with very high velocity. If the initial velocity of the alpha particle is high, then obviously the range of the alpha particle means the distance that the alpha particle is going to travel in the air medium will be more. So as decay constant increases, means that is called as a short-lived nucleus. So from the short-lived nucleus, the alpha particle is shoot out with very high velocity. If the initial velocity of the alpha particle is high, then the range will be more, because this alpha particle will cover the more and more distance in the air medium. So this is the gist of this equation. The same graph, if we plot for half-life period, then what kind of nature we are going to get is, this is the nature that we are going to get, because we know that lambda is equal to decay constant is equal to 0.693 divided by t half, that is half-life period. So the same thing, if we plot for the half-life period and the range of the alpha particle, then the reverse graph we are going to get. This is the nature of the graph we are going to get. So first we will get the actinium series, then the thorium series, then the uranium series. So this is what we can get with the half-life period.